Hello. Hello. How are we today? Remember yesterday I was complaining about, or was it yesterday? At some point I was complaining about the dolly trailer. I forgot I had this truck that has a milk truck, has a milk attachment. I've solved the milk issue without downloading the mod that was uploaded and was going to take 10 minutes because screw that noise. Although it's probably downloaded at this point, but I have a milk truck. It's in class green as well. Hello Chris, Traff and Patrick, how are you guys doing today? Season got an update with the snowpack. Was that on console? Because I didn't see that on PC. I had a really quick check of the mod hub on the website, and there wasn't too much there. Were these always this color? I feel like something's gone wrong. I also feel like we need to sell some milk. So milk is currently selling for $13.55 at the dairy, believe it or not. Hello Sylvan, how's it going today? Did I miss like a seasons update or something when I was checking the mod hub? Because I checked on the website and there was nothing there, so I presumed there was nothing. See how nice it is to not have to reverse the damn thing in? Granted, it's only got 5,500 litres capacity, but hey, I can sell my milk. Also, let's see if the traffic's gonna break when I turn it on here. Because sometimes the traffic doesn't like being turned on when you're already playing. Hey Steve! Sometimes the traffic derps quite royally when you're already playing. This could be one of those times. It might work, but I get the feeling it's gonna derp. He says driving into a tree. Is there anything game mod hub on PC or on console, Kevin? Because the website usually has everything. Any mods coming to console? I think there were one or two came out today that should have the possibility of coming to console. I don't know if they are. As much as I'd like to, I don't work for Giants, so I don't know all of this information. If you can be bothered opening up your console, then check on the in-game mod hub. If not, check on the website and see what says it's coming to PC or to the Xbox and PS4. Not PC. PC is not a console. Consoles, however, are basically PCs. This truck is fast. It is speedy. I overshot where I was supposed to turn in. Lots of mods come between now and the end of FS19. I mean, the end of FS19 is a lot later than what we originally thought. So yeah, more mods than than we had originally expected. Coming to console. There we go. Sweet, sweet money. Also, I sold the old the old milk trailer, so we actually have some money. I might be able to buy another field out of this, you know. I sincerely doubt I will, but it's not out of the realms of possibility. Hello, Aaron. How's it going today, dude? Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I have been actually doing things today, which is surprising. You might notice there's a big brown mountain behind me. That's my bedsheet because I'm covering up a bunch of junk that I put on my bed because I'm tidying my room again. And you guys don't need to see the junk that I threw on my bed because it's mainly clothes. Yeah, house to myself for the weekend, so I figured I might as well make my room neat and tidy while there's nobody to upset and disrupt or cause mayhem to. So things are getting done. Also, what I've done so far, I'll get back to that in a second, Martin. What I've done so far is tidied out my desk and I put a mat in, a carpet mat thing, because I actually need it for my pedals for my wheel, because they tend to slip around on the wood floor. And I discovered that using carpet mat and having, because the mat is so long, my chair is actually on it too, so you know, it kind of stabilizes. And Martin, yeah, Lancy has said he's quitting modding. It's not the first time he's said that, so I think he'll be back. He is. He wears his heart on his sleeve sometimes and says some rash stuff and makes some rash decisions. He's quit modding before, he's come back. I see no reason to think it won't be any different, or to think it will be any different this time. I think he'll come back in, you know, a few weeks or a couple of months and suddenly have a new map. So don't bother him about it, but at the same time, don't expect he'll be gone forever. Lancy is very much cut from the same cloth as Bullet Bill, and sometimes they say stuff that is true for them at the time, but then they change their minds. Hello, Simulator Gaming. You haven't seen me in a bit, Bob? Yeah, there was a litany of things gone wrong in January that meant I didn't stream too much. I got a cold, which made me cough, which blew out pretty much every muscle on my right hand side. And then once that was kind of healed up, I opened up my PC and had a look at the front panel because it was super dodgy. Once I moved it onto my desk, and I discovered that basically every solder joint had failed. So I needed to get a new PC case and port everything in, and the first one I got was wrong, and then it was, I've taken the wrong turn again. I did this yesterday. It was just a nightmare, but everything is now in place again. And anything that I could do is just like put in a new he does put his heart into mods. He really loves modding. Although the funny thing about Lancy, and this isn't to knock him, this is just to show how he does things. In, I think it was FS17, I had to teach him how to deal with cows in game because he genuinely didn't know because he didn't play Farm Sim. He had the game to look at his maps in, and to take pictures of his maps, but that was about it. Thought Charlo was amazing. Here's a legit complaint, and it goes out to all mappers. Will you please choose unique names that are nothing are in no way similar to other maps' names? Because I get easily confused, and please stop trolling me with the very similarly named maps. Charwell is Lancy's one, right? Room to produce. I think it's more that he enjoys the creative process, and you can't really do that in game. There's no real creativity allowed in game. It's just make farm, do farmy. Farm, do farm. Whereas in GE, there's a lot of kind of art and creativity involved. Which people sometimes forget. You'll probably find that most map makers, I'd say most, but not all, don't really play Farm Sim. They make mods. Actually, most modders don't really play Farm Sim all that much. They'll make mods, they'll make all of the mods ever, but they don't really play the game because of the creativity they enjoy more. You get lost trying to find fields sometimes, that's your fault. I get lost in this map sometimes, and I've been playing it for ages. You're hardly playing it. It's strange, isn't it, Steve, that once you start doing creative stuff with Farm Sim, downloaded it? I've had this for ages, I forgot I had it. Well, sell the rest of them up, why not? Hello, Alex. You are smug today. Who did you murder kill? That is the only way you are not angry. How many people did you kill today, Alex? Also, you might remember yesterday I stopped the stream briefly to get Kingdom Come on my PC through Epic. I played a bit last night once it finished downloading. Holy cow, that's difficult and really fun. I enjoy it. GE, the rest comes with mappings way over. Honestly, like, no word of a lie, I'm the same with streams. Like, I can't play Farm Sim without streaming it. You have spent zero money on people today. Would you like to start? Send money, please. No. I found it's the same with YouTube. Like, I can't play Farm Sim without streaming it because I don't find it fun without having the nonsense chat that we have during the streams. There we go. We're up to 46k. Can I buy a field? Dear Farm Gods, Field Plus. I think Field 5 is... yeah. No. 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 Yes, but no. 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 It's 400 grand. No, we can't buy... We can buy Field 17, but it's so far from everything that no. Hey, SFTN. Bob, I have no idea. I haven't downloaded it. So maybe, but probably not if it doesn't show it in game. That would be my guess. Alley-oop. I just listen to Brain to take. Throw on some Spotify or something. I've found that when I was mapping, if I throw on like a... Usually chill house for some reason. I don't like house music, but chill house was really fun to listen to while map making back in the day. Because there's no lyrics, so you can't sing along. I find when I'm working, I have to have songs with no lyrics, else I'll start singing to everything. Go driver be like, don't cut. Be brave! There's no description on the hub. Oh god, I know, you're singing a break your PC. Oh, some more water. I'm having a thirsty day. Doing landscaping on a farm can take you a week. This upper yard, I'm going to show you the upper yard I made, Jim Bob. This took me all of, I want to say like half hour, 45 minutes to do this. Minus the snow pile. Half hour, 45 minutes, an hour tops. And it looks like it belongs, for the most part. It just works. So I'd love PC, I'd have the patience to do map making. Honestly, like, map making is much more difficult than playing about with the in-game editor. Because the in-game editor is made to be super user-friendly. The GE is made to be user-friendly, but the control scheme can be, I'm not gonna say is, can be a bit nightmarish at times. Where did I put the... Oh yes, there we go. I'll drop that. I'll just... Are the cows good for TMR? I didn't actually check. Yes. Where do you start making a map? With a blank map. After that, it depends on what you want to do first. I'd suggest getting terrain in first. Like getting your terrain undulations and whatnot in, and then moving on to roads or yards or setting fields in, or there's a million different things you could do next. But really you need to start with an idea. There's a great demand at the farm shop. For what? I'm gonna ring it through till morning and hope the great demand is still there. Milk magnate. I got achievements. What did I get the achievement for? Breed 20... Breed... I bought 50... I think we might have 70 cows now. There's a great demand for milk. How many milks do we have? We have 71 cows. Oh no. We had 52 yesterday. Hey, evil Scots. I mean, we'll sell 4,000 liters of milk just for the free money. I'm never going to complain about free money. Because of the amount I'm going to save on fertilizer, the milk is gonna be free money. I'm not looking forward to this coming winter because it's going to be hideous numbers of cows everywhere. And they will need feeding like twice a day. Also, bright side, they are making nearly a full tanker of milk a day. So there is that. That is a nice bonus. But, I mean, 20 cows overnight is maybe a bit... yeah. Oh dear. I may regret starting with 50 cows. Not if I run them over. Start selling the cows. No, because I want maximum cowage. I want hideous numbers of cows, but I'm not looking forward to the amount of work the cows will entail. I want to try and fill the pasture, and like, in effect, I'm making this a challenge map, but the challenge is trying to keep up with the damn cows. Because I figure that that's probably a funny way to do a challenge, is just buy a hideous number of cows and then try and keep up with them as they incessantly reproduce. Bright side, tons of money from milk. Like, I probably don't need to sell crops. Can I buy a field now? 51k. Can I buy like a decent field? 1.9. I mean, field 18 wouldn't be the worst. I would like to get like a field 18 wouldn't be the worst. How does one get a blank map? You can download them. Just Google blank map FS19. Could go with field 18. Do I buy a field? I think no, just so that I keep money together and then I go ham in like the winter. There is a flat empty, well, not entirely empty. It does have sell points pre-placed, but you can move them about. But there is a flat map on the mod hub. It's called flat map. Our Shamrock Pig Farm. Oh, very nice, Bob. If you're playing with seasons, I strongly suggest never giving them straw. Yeah, your best bet if you want to get into mapping is to start editing maps first, like change up a field into a placeable area, rejig a yard, move where the animals are, something like that. Just small things like that will get you a lot more valuable experience than trying to start from scratch. Why no straw? If you're playing with seasons, straw means they produce manure, which you gotta muck out. No straw means they produce slurry, which is hilarious in how much they make. Like, I am actively thinking that I will not have to spend a penny on fertilizer on this map now, because I've got numbers of cows that are silly, and also they're producing numbers of slurries that are also silly. Oops. So I shouldn't actually need to buy fertilizer. Herbicide, yes. Fertilizer, not so much. How many cows? Well, I started with 50, and we now have 71. You never store your cattle. Yeah. I did because I thought they needed it, but apparently not. Right. That's one thing done. We should call them manure pile Mount Muck. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm collecting up this silage here, it's because I don't actually have any going spare on the farm at all. So this is going to go up into the feed mixer to produce more TMR. This actually needs to go up to the feed mixer itself. We are starting to run worryingly low I'm starting to get a bit concerned by the amount of TMR we have left. I may need to start buying silage bales. If we're critically low, I will buy some silage bales. But I think we should be okay. Like, if this empties, I'll buy some silage bales and just throw them in. Oh, we're down to 31,000 liters? Oh, hang on. Hey, look! 13,000 liters of silage has just appeared. Forgot you could do that. Why didn't I plan this out? Because I didn't anticipate running out of silage ever. I actually thought we had too much. But that 16,000 liters should do us through till we get... No, I'll need to buy more. Glad I didn't buy a field now. Because we'll at the very least need to get through till the end of summer. That's where I'm concerned, Jim Bob. Is like silage isn't gonna be for another... what, 5 days in game? And the cows are gonna run out of food before then. Right, let's get time zipping on a bit more. Hey Drew, how's it going today, dude? Right, how are the cows doing today? Yeah, they've eaten half of the TMR I gave them. This is gonna end badly. Hello, Steven. Good, just lazy. Exact opposite of me today, then. Right, let's bring this 1,500 liters out of TMR up to the TMR mixer. I'm getting very concerned about the levels of grass and stuff we have. Hey Six, I have played Kingdom Come. I played it for like 3 or 4 hours last night, and it's difficult. I'm enjoying it though. I think it's super fun. I just have died several times, including once where I fell over and started bleeding, and then I didn't have a bandage, so I bled out after falling over a bush. I'm not even making that up. My guy tripped over a bush and bled to death. I also gave myself food poisoning, because apparently looting a ton of dead bodies and then eating everything at once was a bad idea. Or being chased on a horse. Even like at the very start, escaping the what are they called? The Kumars? Kumans? The bad people, nasty men. Like they killed me a couple of times because good lord, it does not tell you what to do. There is no hand holding in that game. There's a great amount of Balamori stores. I'll see what that's for in a minute. If it's for something we can sell, then we're selling it. Right. Great demand, what are you for? Great demand is for wheat, which we have none of. Milk prices are getting a bit low, so we'll just abandon milk sales for a bit. It's hard to go from US settings to EU. It can be, actually, yeah. You kind of get into a mindset of, like, big. Then you go to like a European map, especially like a smaller Irish or UK map, and it's like, small please. Give me the small. Why are you giving me big things? I won't. These won't fit. How many cows are we at now? 75. Oh, 75. Good. Good. There's even more cows. Is there a way to see how many cows this place can take? No. Does anybody know how many cows this place can take? Because it doesn't say. Yeah, it kind of throws you in. Good luck, have fun, don't die. And then, like, I think it's 500! Oh, God. Standard 250? Can you even support 500 cows on this map? Like, you'd have to do straw crops. Straw crops? Straw crops near constantly and be really on top of your grass crop. You have to do straw crops. Crap all over the straw. Whoops. Test of the grazing only gives 60k liters of grass. Well, the grazing doesn't matter is the fun thing. Because as long as the cows have TMR, they're 100%. Like, once the cows have total mixed rations, they'll eat that first. So, like, I could skip on a day and they'd be okay. They wouldn't be producing at 100%, which I kind of want them to be. You just plant all oats, cut them for... Cut oats for hay! That'd be an achievement, seeing as oats produce straw. But bear in mind, you need silage. So you'd have to, like, be completely on top of your grass crop constantly. 100 on Marrow was a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, Yanis. I'll put it this way. The very, very, very first mission you get is like, settle. Like, this guy owes your dad money. Get the money or the goods off him. I ended up in a fight with the dude, lost. Went back to the father, was like, hey, he wouldn't give you the money, and also I lost a fight. Also, you told me to buy you some stuff, and I now have no money and no way to get money, so can I have money, please? Then I stole the dude's stuff anyway, because I thought it'd be funny. Okay, let's see where we're at. 14,000 liters of milk, 75 cows, milk price is bad, and actually getting worse. Corn price is on the up, but not great. Canola price is okay. Oat price is actually on the up and up. We're getting up over 1,000 now, which is good. Did I do that today? Yes. So that's... I realize this is very jumpy, where it's just clean cows and then skip time, but this is basically all I can do because I got so many damn cows. Right. Time to sort the cows again. You did beat him, I didn't. Although I did come back once I healed up, and then, like, beat the snot out of him and stole his key and then robbed his house. I do like, though, there are some like mission objectives in Kingdom Come that you literally can't do. like towards the stars, like, save this woman from the very strong, very heavily armored people that are attacking her, and you're like, no, because they'll kill me. What you're using? I'm using Standard Seasons, Jim Bob. Standard Seasons is based in the UK, so I feel like Ireland is close enough to the UK that it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. I know that some people want to like using Irish geos or very specific region specific geos, but like Ireland and the UK basically the same climate, so sorry to be at the same conclusion. Yeah, it's just like, save this lady! No! Because that's a terrible idea. I also like how when you get to like the second castle, or the first castle you go to after the attack, like, you need to get out of the castle. Okay, I'll just talk to the guard and convince him. No, there's no way to convince him. Okay, I'm just gonna steal literally everything from the armory, sell some of it, or sell most of the stolen stuff to buy a lockpick so I can get the stuff that I need from the armory that I just robbed. How would I approach the big farm in Shamrock? Through the gate, ideally. You know, approaching it from the road is usually a pretty good bet, and then going through the gate as an entrance. That's how I'd approach it, at least. You might decide to go for a different approach. You were trying to lockpick the chest and your lockpick broke. I bought like 5 lockpick sticks. What I did was I went into that guardhouse that you gotta go to get the gear. I robbed everything that wasn't nailed down or in a chest, sold it to the dude that was buying stuff, and he buys everything, so I was like, okay, this is fine. I now have loads of money and also loads of lockpicks. I am set. Okay, so that's that done, that's that done. If you buy 50 pigs, you can actually sell 50 pigs a year and, like, break even. As a fun fact, we're up to 76 cows, 100,000 litres of slurry, and 25,000 litres of milk. I think... Oh dear. I think we're good for most things now. Right. Let's sync the game up. The cows have enough TMR to do for another day. The saying should be breeding like pigs. Yeah, I know in 17 seasons you could get like 50 pigs and like make a profit every year and continue having 50 pigs in spring. Like if you got 50 pigs, sold the rest. So whatever you get born during the year, you will make a good profit. I think it was 50. Right. The cows can do with that much TMR. Oh god, 79! When's the next cow due? Next animal in 0.2 years, 0.4. We're gonna have like 100 cows by the end of this, isn't it? Right, into late spring when we can finally get the silage going. Great demand at sawmill, I don't care. Right. Let's see. Let's see how stupid the number of cows we have now is. It is 81. Oh god. Hey chat. Do you remember how yesterday we had 52 cows Now we've got 81 because they will not stop breeding. Why is money going down on fast forward? Because the reasons, maintenance and stuff are an agri, basically. Maintenance on vehicles and equipment. Also, I think the two big machines I got up there cost money to run. But I mean, we're now in a position where we're gonna have silly amounts of money very quickly just because of the way this farm is now set up. It's going down all night. Yeah, I don't know what's making it go down, but I'm kind of fine with it. The imaginary bull is now dying. The imaginary bull is now dying of just pure and utter exhaustion. We only have 8,000 litres of silage left. We're going to need to buy more. Or 8,000 litres of TMR left. We need to buy more silage again. Buy 10... Actually... Let's buy 22,000 litres of silage. Yes. Okay, that should see us through. Next job is pulling the Profi Hopper out of the shed. Hello, Jerome. The Profi Hopper is actually slightly stuck. Okay, what if I... Haha! He's not exhausted, he's just got no bits left. I mean... That's also a distinct possibility. Also, I missed like one tiny speckle of grass and it's gonna annoy me forever. Right. What mowers do we have, if any? Also, what mowers do I have available? Because I think I should have one that I really want to use. Ah, I forgot to... screw it. I'm calling an audible here. Save. Did I install the mower that I want? Here's where we find out. All factory sheds and probably a loan, in fact, and animal upkeeps. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've got that's gonna cost money. Because placeables like cost money. Cavern and Tara, Baron Agri, you called in one. I can't remember if I got it like installed, so let's find out. Also, look at all the maps that I uninstalled during a period where I was just uninstalling a bunch of stuff to try and free up space. F G H I J K. Did I is it under T for Tarup? Did I forget to install this? Ah, I forgot to install it. Hey, Welsh. I swear I had it installed, actually. I must not have, but I could have sworn I did. Happy Valentine's Day. Well, thank you. You're literally the second person to say that to me today. Did I seriously forget to install it? Because I will have an anger. Right, we're gonna make do with the mowers that we already have for now then. No, no, wrong save. This save, those mods, that's fine. Thank you, Bob. It was a friend of mine. One of my good friends from here. Still prefer the no-gats, the swath. See, I just like trailed mowers, Kieran. That's kind of my thing. Show your love on Valentine's Day by being consumerist and giving me a like button so that YouTube's algorithm might eventually like me again. Let's use the Class 800 because I don't use this enough already. Use the Profi Hopper. No. How do you download mods straight from Chrome into the mods folder? You tell Chrome to like let you choose where mods go, where stuff you download goes, and then direct it into the mods folder. Oh, hang on. This mower, I've just realized, we can use this for. We can use the small boy. We can use the Arion. I need to get a bigger small tractor. How do you smash it? I'm not an imaginary... What the hell, Chad? Well, the Profi have to go... Hold on. I legit used to have a Profi hopper that was modded to hold 50,000 litres and went 50 kilometers an hour. Also, the pickup was extra wide. No, this is the Arion 460. Oh, as an upgrade, the 650 would be an idea for upgrade, yeah, sure. I'm just an idiot sometimes and I forget what English the Yes. I forget how to English in words. Plenty of 650s around here. There's a, yeah, the main class I'll see around here is like a 400 series, we'll say 400 series, just to get them all into one category, and then a 600 series. So, I'm fine using 650. That said, the one I've got I see the most, believe it or not, is the Axion 800. That's the one that I'll see the most. That's the one that, if you remember last year when we were getting the driveway in, I said, hey, there's a tractor parked at the end of the lawn. It was an Axion 800. John Deere dealer mile away from you, some hundreds of JDs in Kilkenny. There's a John Deere dealer 10 miles from me, there's a New Holland dealer 10 miles from me, there's a Massey dealer 10 miles from me. I don't know where people keep getting classes out of, but clearly there's some place nearby that sells them. So we get a nice mix of tractors here. Error 40 Dave, English not found. Excuse me, the error 40 Dave is English not can. I not can English. The only class you see around here is no class at all. There's a new fast track everywhere. I have not seen the new fast track yet, in real life. Therefore, Breen's in tip. Thank you, Aaron Agri. Where the hell in tip are they? Your girlfriend's dad just bought you some chocolate. Very nice and also slightly weird. Welsh. I have the house to myself for the weekend because my parents are up in County Galway for Valentine's Day. My sister is gone to County Offaly, and I'm unloved, so I get to stay at home. Are they in Cashel? No, the guys in Cashel that I know of. Oh, Cashel. Okay. So Cashel has New Holland and class dealers? Spoilers, I live near Cashel. Because I know Clonmel has Deer, and then on the road between Clonmel and Cashel is the Massey dealership, or Agco. Party at Dave's? No, I'm tidying my room. I'm being a good girl. And Tanco? I've never heard of Tanco as a brand. Oh, the weird fake the 11090s, yes. Those are hilarious. ACD. Funny thing is, I like that dealership is pretty close to me. The one that sells all the fake 11090s that are like actually Turkish tractors, but they have a license to keep producing the 110. I never see those things. Tactic Taco, hello. That is an amazing name, by the way. Just want to point that out. That is an amazing name, Tactic Taco. I can imagine in a war zone, just this taco coming in, commander going, never mind, don't worry about the fact that we're massively outnumbered. Our Tactic Taco has arrived. We shall win this. They're two Mulsans. Tanko or bale handling. Oh, okay. You pass it. What's it, Patrick? The weird 11090 place? Or Tanko? Gonna have to play on. This is my favorite map, Brian. Like straight up. Then again, I'm slightly biased. It's like, I did give Oxy some help with it, like some completely useless help, granted. But I gave him some feedback on like the way things should be on the map and some tips on how to make a good Irish map. That I felt everybody could enjoy, because some of the Irish maps that come out are way too tight. And I was selling milk from those vending machines in the model. Oh, the... what's it called? Self-sale thing? Placeable sell point thingy? That mod is a nightmare to try and figure out. From memory from doing the mod spotlights during the contest. TFM's dealership? Oh, okay. No, hang on. TFM is the deer dealership, isn't it? I know that it's got like a funky name attached. That's the place that basically just sells deers. It's it's near Tesco. It's not near Tesco, but it's on like the bypass out to Tesco. And as far as I can recall, that 9000 series Forager has been there for like 3 years now. Atkins? What? No, I'm sure I'm thinking of TFM. I really like this song, and I'm slightly annoyed that I do, because it's actually terrible. It's called Wheatley's Song, and it's by Miracle of Sound. I've listened to it on YouTube without like tractor noises over the top. It's not very good, but I really like it when there's tractor noises over the top. It's just deer as far as you're aware. Yeah, like almost every time I've been past TFM is like, hey, we've got this 9000 series. Well, great. Have you ever sold it? No. Why do you keep showing it off? Because we need to sell it. It's been here for 5 years now. It's getting rusty. We're slightly concerned it might spontaneously combust soon. Connie Furlong has a quad track. It's more been quicker work in this field than I thought it would. This is why I like this more. Like, it looks like it's going to take an age, but this mower is like 4 meters wide by itself, so it just kind of rocks through. Quad track and 2 magnums. The place in Cashel, I can't remember who the name of the dealership. The New Holland place usually has like T8s on display. And wheel loaders. So, fun fact, the Thai place I go to is in Cashel. So, if you live anywhere near there and you want some really spectacularly good Thai food, the Thai place in Cashel, down the road from, is it the Castle Hotel? Just up the road from Aldi or Lidl, whichever one it is. That is really good Thai food. Thoroughly recommend. Thoroughly recommend the duck from there as well. Your local dealer at a quad truck a couple of years back. Couldn't help but have my take a picture of you in front of it. I mean, I would. I live near a BMW dealer, and when BMW were in Formula 1, they got the car in a couple of times. They got the Formula 1 cars in a couple of times. First time was in 2000, so I got to see the testing car. It was actually the 2000 spec T car from BMW Williams, or Williams BMW as it was at the time, and that was pretty cool. And then I think it was 2008. They brought in, and I couldn't help but notice this. They brought in a 2006 BMW Sauber, trying to claim that it was the modern car because they'd put the modern wings on. Like, they literally just stuck modern like the 2008 wings and tires onto it, front wing only actually, and tires on, and tried to claim it was the 2008 car, but it was blatantly from 06. That was bizarre. It might have been like 06 and 04, one of the two. But happy Valentine's Day. I'm having a productive Valentine's Day, which is nice. I've got the house to myself, so I'm using the excuse to tidy my room. They do that a lot of F1 teams do. Yeah, I just thought it was odd. And I have also seen, back when they were a thing, I did see one of the final Jordan F1 cars. Make body shop cars for shows. This is true. But it's still cool as hell to stand beside one, because you don't realize just how big they are until you're stood beside one. Here's the Boris of an Axion Terra track, as in Boris and Ossery. The hell would they need a Terra track for up there? I mean, let's face it, the cows are having a very good Valentine's Day. We've got 81 of them now. We started off today's stream with 52. So the cows are having a really busy Valentine's Day. Boris and Carlo, not Nasri. Okay. Landed there the exact same weekend as the race. That must have been a fun weekend, because like I can imagine absolute mayhem with trying to do any travel arrangements. Cows are milking it a bit. Oh god, that's terrible, Steve. Also sell Dalbo rollers. We're now partner with Giants. It's cool. Like, as somebody who doesn't work or live on a farm, it's cool to see stuff like in real life that I've seen in farm sim. Six-wheel, I'll give you an unbiased review. I could be biased and say, yeah, it's spectacular. Nitrado servers tend to go down a reasonable amount, but literally just restarting them is super easy. I don't go through normal customer service, so I can't speak as to how good or bad that is. I go through separate customer service for partners, so I can't give you feedback on what their public customer service is like. But the server's stable. It's not too laggy, with a good few mods on, a modded map. You know, it's pretty good overall. As long as you reboot a server regularly, like the mods shout at me, or the MP admins shout at me when the server needs a reboot. It's usually once a week or so, and it you know, it works pretty fine. Occasionally it'll go down with a super derp and I need to reboot the server from the Nitrado side, which is fairly unusual, but I've had to do it a few times. Overall though, really, really good server. Drivers in and around Dubai are nuts. Race is great. Foster's on draft. Oh god, Foster's on draft. I no. I don't drink, but no to Foster's. Good lord, no. Heineken, yes. Foster's not so much. Heineken at least is tasty. Foster's tastes like it's been left in a pile of manure for a month. I mean, yeah, Steve, that's why I'm super picky with mods for the server, and like anything that I think might be slightly unstable doesn't go on the server. So like even your map, I might change my mind. I know I said that I would. I might change my mind on it based on how stable I think it'll be on like in a multiplayer environment with a lot of mods and a lot of weirdness going on, because my server tends to be a bit chaotic. Looking for a good servitor and a logging crew. I mean, there's no good servitor and a logging crew, to be quite honest. Multiplayer physics are weird with logs. Well, the in-game physics in general are weird with logs. But like Nitrado, if everybody's close to each other geographically, and you get a server somewhat nearby, you should be able to work with logs reasonably okay. And if you are getting a Nitrado server, please do use my affiliate link, which is down in the description, because that is helpful for me and Nitrado, and I think you might get a discount. I can't remember. Heineken's your drink. Mine's Guinness or whiskey, so mine's like, give me stout or give me whiskey, because they are delicious. Whiskey on ice. Good whiskey on ice, not bad whiskey. I was fine with any mods with trans releases the update. The issue, Steve, isn't like if it's good with mods and single player, but it's a case of how will the server deal with a map? Because sometimes maps make the server angry. I've had it happen before where I put a perfectly good single player map onto the server and it's gone insane. So there's always kind of a dice roll when I put a new map on the server. You don't see that map as an MP map? I mean, that could be an added issue, is like some maps are suited more for single player. So I'll poll the admins once the update's out and see what they think. Because they're the ones that'll be on it actually more than me, so if they're not happy with it, it won't go on. Just gotta keep the admins happy. It's not... Ah, see, Steve, that's... Yeah, if it's more of a single-player map... then maybe it's possibly best to not go on the server. Because, like, you've seen the driving that happens on the server. And people, well, Steve, you know that we only do single-yard farms. We only do single-farm multiplayer because it's only an 8 slot. But the issue is the driving standards we have in multiplayer and the fact that everybody loves cutting through every hedge ever. Because it's easier. Straight line farming techniques. Also, the amount of trolling that happens on the server. You know, tighter maps. What standards? Exactly, speed. I mean, there are driving standards. They're just negative. They are, for anybody who's ever played iRacing, rookie street stock level driving standards. Hedges are a pain. Oh, do the hedges have collisions? Personal vendetta! Server's still working. Sweet! Yeah, by the way, if anybody wants to hop on the server at literally any point, feel free. It's up all the time. Unless it's down, in which case shout at me. Because I'm the only one who can actually fix it when it's down. Or if the mods are out of date, shout at me because I'm the only one who can change mods. I'm literally the only person with access to the website of things. Because I don't want to hop on someday and have 53,000 mods to download. Prefer having control over that side of things. Is there a mod list? There is for multiplayer, Bob, not for single player. Single player, literally my method for finding single player mods is go to Mod Hub, see what's fun, use it. Alternatively, go to 4D's Facebook page, which is what I need to do tonight. Download pretty much everything, use it. Or yes, mods. They're the 3 places that I get mods for the most part. Facebook, which can be a bit hit and miss with, you know, links maybe being dead. Yes mods, which again occasionally links die. And the Mod Hub, which is pretty reliable. To house good mods. Objectively good mods. You know, a lot of the mods on the Mod Hub I don't personally like, but they are good mods. They've passed chance testing, they're objectively good. You know, there's a kind of a minimum standard they have to meet, and they meet it. Is Nightbot not working? Is Nightbot being stupid again? The Facebook links die. The Facebook links don't, but the problem is the mod... Sometimes the modder takes a mod down. Or their Dropbox... like, bandwidth expires or something like that. Oh god, Nightbot's spamming. There's a multitude of reasons why Facebook links from Facebook can die. Your case is on yes mods. GG Steve. Just shamelessly self-promoting. I need to get rid of the YouTube gaming timer because YouTube gaming is dead. I'm just looking at Nightbot. Not the thing that you asked. Try it again, yes. Yeah, this is gonna have a fight with Nightbot by the end of the stream. I mean, if all else fails, you can just throw it into the... Actually, Bob, if you use that command in Discord, you'll get the... Hey! There it goes. But fun fact, Deddy Deets, that command works in Discord perfectly fine. I've got it set up with Septopus, I think? So, iPod lives for another day. One of these days, though. One of these days, Yanis will get so angry he tries to murder Nightbot through chat. These fields are coming out really nice with this mower, by the way. Just want to point out, I closed the gate so that, you know, I'd open it again when I was coming out of the field. Nah, just drive through the gate, screw it. Barely, but Nightbot is alive. By the way, is there any interesting farm sim dramas? Nightbot? I think the first one that came out, Yanis, was for your first Deddy Deets. That's what the delay is with Nightbot today. Good grief. I do need to throw herbicide. Did I ever go to Rose Green after? The last time I was in Rose Green was the last time they hosted the Pro Drift, like many years ago now. If they still did karting in Rose Green, I'd probably be there a hell of a lot more. Because, like, I really enjoy karting, and if there was a kart track as close as Rose Green is, good lord. Although they are apparently building one very, very nearby, so I may end up having an addiction. That said, thought I'd like bangers. I enjoy the National Hot Rods. They're super fun to watch. Not too gone on banger racing. I prefer like purpose modified race cars, because the National Hot Rods are not really purpose built. Or most of the cars in the sports series aren't anyway. But no, I'm more of a, you know, proper race car kind of person more than bangers. $1300s. Yeah, well, I do want to go to Rose Green again at some point, but it's just kind of finding time when it all works out is the issue. Rallying is your thing? I think they're trying to organize a rally around here, for like a 1 or 2 day thing where everything happens in town, so I might take a day off and go watch the rally. If that happens, when that happens. Later this year, because I do quite like rally cars, because they're noisy and they fart. Oh yeah, thing. I might be missing a stream at some point next week. I think like Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday. My sister is planning a surprise for a friend of hers. And there have been talks about going karting, which when we do that tends to be an all-day event, and I tend to be absolutely wrecked afterwards. Because not fit and physical exertion do not go well together. So there may be a day next week where I just don't stream. I'll let you guys know in Discord, and I'll probably tweet it out too. But just to let you guys know in advance that is kind of in maybe or maybe not happening stages. I genuinely have no idea. I don't think she has any idea either at the moment, so that's where things are right now, and it's kind of weird. But yeah, if there's no stream on, like, I think Wednesday of next week is the plan. Then I apologize, but I'll just have 2 days off next week. Or two days technically off from streaming. Twitter.com/rainbow_Dave if you want to follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description somewhere. There you go, there's the link, Nightbot, there you go. In May, my autographs rolling around. One of the British autographs. Over 500 cars? Good lord. But it's kind of fun going to these weird events. Am I going to start up a non-live series again? Probably not, Bob. I mean, for a few reasons. One is that I don't enjoy recording videos as much of Farm Sim. Being completely honest, like, that's the main reason. I know the other kind of, like, number 2 reason is that I am actually working on a different channel entirely at the moment, doing research and stuff like that. And it's very time intensive, so if I were to do a video series on this channel, I'd actually impact the amount of work I could do on the other channel, and the other channel is a science channel, and I love science, so I'm kind of... When I focus on that, I really get hyper-focused and tend to stay up all night doing research and writing, and it... yeah. Tonight might be one of those nights where I just stay up all night doing research, because I want to try and get the first video out soonish, in the next couple of weeks. And so far all I've got is... I don't even have, like, a rough draft written up yet, so... It'll be kind of fun to try and work through that. What's the other channel? I'm not going to say right now because there's nothing on it. I don't want to promote a channel that is empty. Just suffice to say, that's why there's no videos on this one, is I'm working on the other one. Do I have a mechanical keyboard? Yes, I have the clicky. I've got an Alrally something or other with blue switches, which blue was probably a mistake. I should have gone for red switches, but kind of like the extra, the hyper click that it does, so. Where am I? Internet! Where am I from in Ireland? County Tipperary, Jack. I'm not going to go more specific than that, but County Tipperary. Near-ish the border with Cork and the border with Limerick. So, that general area. Was there a buffer? There should have been, because my OBS decided, oh, you don't need to be putting out data while you're streaming. This is not something that is essential to streaming. You have green switches? I can't. What are green switches? I can't remember what the color code is for green. Is that all? Are green switches the super light ones? Because blue is like medium but very loud because there's no sound dampening. Red are light-ish and quiet, or kind of standard and quiet. Green, I can't remember what the color code means. I mean, in theory, I could refit the keyboard with red switches if I really wanted to, but they'd be quite expensive. Seasons Update today was only on console. Ah, that would be why it wasn't on the website. Yeah, fun fact, console guys, you do get console-only mods. Loud and tactile. Blue switches are loud and tactile. Hang on, are you running a Razer keyboard? Because they use green instead of blue. Their green keys, green switches are the same as blue. The only thing you know about Cork is from Metallica singing Whiskey in the Jarro. Fun fact, the O is actually part of the lyrics. More or less. Metallica, or not Metallica, Thin Lizzy also added the O, and Metallica covered, for some bizarre reason, the Thin Lizzy version, which had incorrect lyrics. The Razer I know, so keyboard any good. He's trying to con you into buying his oven. I mean, I don't know about Razers. Their MX green switch is different from blue. Yeah, but I know that Razer use green switches. Razer's mechanical system. Black Widow Elite. There we go. They're actually blue switches. Razer have their own switch system, and green is the same as MX Blue. So Razer green is MX Blue. It was because Kirk Hammett bought a Thin Lizzy guitar. To be fair, the Metallica version of Whiskey in the Jar is terrible. I'm sorry, it is. It is the worst version. If you want to hear a good version, listen to Thin Lizzy or the Dubliners. Dubliners used the correct lyrics, Thin Lizzy used slightly wrong lyrics, but it's still a good song. Mainly because of, I think, Gary Moore on guitar, who just ripped the solos. But the Metallica version has no heart. It's just like, we're going to make a heavy version of Whiskey in the Jar. Why? Because heavy metal version of Whiskey in the Jar is more or less Paul. Nice. Will I play with Sim and Faye? Probably not. Sim doesn't really play Farm Sim anymore, and Faye also doesn't really play Farm Sim anymore, and both of them work at times that are really awkward. For example, Faye, I think, is at work at the moment, maybe on his way home. And Simulate, I think, is working tonight, and, like, any time that I'm free, they're not. Anytime they're free, I'm not. So, the time literally just will not work anymore for doing multiplayer Sim Faye, which sucks, but that's the way thing is. That's Metallica. I mean, that is true, Bob. Metallica are soulless music. I really don't like Metallica, Chad. I'm sorry. I think they're overrated. Like, some of their songs are really good, but when they do covers, they're really bad. They're not good at doing covers at all. Where did I put the thing? It's over in the other shed. I think we'll use the 800 for windrowing just for funsies. Metallic has a taste thing. This is true. This is very true. But like, some of Metallica's songs I like, a lot I don't, and James Hetfield's attitude is a real, I can't stand it. Sims FS15 lawn care vids. Yeah. Almost impossible to play his guitar riffs. Smallest tractor and the more biggest on the rig. Yep, pretty much. Why not? I think there was an update to this rake as well and I forgot to download it. Whoops. I am slightly concerned this might not actually be enough grass to do decent silage. Then again, we've got excessive amounts of hay, so even if this isn't really good amounts of grass for silage, I can kind of make do. Sin is not much anymore, to be honest. Didn't even know he was still on YouTube. He's taking one of his breaks from YouTube. Whether or not he returns is entirely up to him. He's just not been enjoying Farm Sim and the YouTube thing in general, so that's where things are with him. He's been around, like, he's been around a lot. He's been in the streams a lot lately too, because I think he's been bored. Well, modding GTA 5. He's given up on modding 2K19. He's gone to GTA 5 this week. I need a Zerion for the rake. Nah. You're scared too much, cut too much grass at a time in case it turns to hay before you get in for silage. It takes between 5 and 6 hours for it to turn to hay, Jim Bob, so unless you're super slow at raking and you're getting it up, you shouldn't need to be too concerned. Took a big break, went to ATS until Medicine Creek came out. I mean, that's totally a good thing to do as well. Like, I took 2 of the last 3 months away from Farm Sim because, like, November I was ill. January I was ill again. And, during those periods where I wasn't streaming, I wasn't playing Farm Sim because I don't enjoy it when I'm not streaming. Go big and go home. Also, my light is tilted slightly wrongly. There we go. So I will be finishing up at 7, by the way. I know that I started a touch late, but I will be finishing up at 7. Because I do want to get back to sorting my room out. There's a lot of stuff I want to try and get done this evening, so that I can chill tomorrow, basically. I want to stress myself out today so that I can chill tomorrow on my day off. Which I feel is a good plan. Kith is a good plan. I am told it is a good plan. Turn the rig on, might just suggest. I'm intentionally turning it off to turn. Like I'm not derping about with the rig. It is intentionally being switched off. Steering wheel, that's something I might work on tomorrow, Speed. But like tonight I want to get my room tidy again and to a point where I'm happy with it again. And then tomorrow I can derp about with whatever I want to derp around with. But I ever think of doing more mod reviews, like with the mod contest. Again, that would fall into like time that I could spend on the other channel or just chilling. So it's one of those weird things where like I totally could because they're super easy content to do. But the way that I tend to do mod reviews is a very quick first impressions, and I really should start labeling those first impressions. Stuff might be wrong, but people get very offended when I get stuff wrong or haven't tested the mod for like 4 hours before doing a review. It's like, well, no, because I don't have that time to invest. There's an update for the rig today. I thought so, Chris. Yeah, I didn't download that. Whoops. When is Sandy Bay going to be out? Stig, the answer is when it's out. I would guess it will be out on a day, and that day will probably end in the letter Y. And it will land at some point between Monday and Friday. If I could have one thing that isn't in the game, what would it be? Tractor equipment, crop, anything? Orchard farming. Just anything for orchard, all of the orchard farming stuff. That is that is my wish list for FS21, the next farm sim. Fixed window, wheel centering. Oh, thank goodness. Worker area 1 lifted. That's good. Does not destroy swath anymore. Didn't realize it was a thing. More even creation of swath. That's also good because this is a bit dodgy currently. Yeah, I need to update this then. My sense of humor would be excellent for reviews. The problem is, Jim Bob, and this is really the key issue. People who watch mod reviews don't want a sense of humor. They want... This mod is good because it has 5.2% more mod than the last mod that I looked at, because the last mod that I looked at was 5.2% smaller, and also the horsepower was wrong. So it's 5.2% better, therefore it's a 6.2 on the Richter scale. You like the humor. Yeah, people who watch me regularly like the humor. People who watch mod reviews don't. They don't like to see people derping, generally, with mod reviews, because they get highly offended that you're disrespecting the mod, and in reality you're like, I'm really not, because I'm making the mod the center of this skit. Yeah, if I do a bit in mod review, it's usually based around the mod. That voice would be good in a roleplay series. I don't know if I could even do that voice again. Because it's basically just talking through my nose. That's kind of it, Bob, is like they don't want to have fun with their mods. They want to know what's a good mod and what's not. And I can kind of get that. But then again, if I want to see if a mod's any good, I usually play with it. Mod reviewers are bad actors playing police investigators, pretty much. We're like watching Glen Rowe. Come on, Biddy, let's go. Alright, Miley. The cows are left out again, Biddy. Miley, what did you do? Why did you leave the cows out, Miley? Biddy, I didn't mean to, Biddy. The cows just left. What? Was it Glen Rowe that the very last scene was a car crash? Literally. I can't remember the last scene of Glen Rowe, but I for some reason I remember it being a car crash. I was like, that is the weirdest way to possibly end a soap opera. Bad reviews actually bake up. That's kind of it, Steve. And the problem kind of... see speed. So the problem with me doing mod reviews is if I'm positive, people say, oh, why are you being so positive? Because the mod isn't that good. And I'm just like, I'm trying to find the good stuff. If I'm negative and try to help the modder, the same, you know, the mod review viewer people get really angry because they think I'm hating on the mod, when in reality I'm usually like, you know, I don't like this, or I think this could be improved by doing this, or this, you know, this could be better, this could be better, this could be better, here are ways to improve it. And people think I'm hating on the mod, when I'm like, no, this is me trying to give constructive feedback to the modder as directly as I can. Because it's much better to review a mod as if you're talking to the modder than to review a mod as if you're talking to viewers, in my opinion. So, like, the exception being when I'm showing off maps for, like, Oxy or whatever, I tend to be a lot more positive, because if there's something wrong, I can just shoot Oxy messages and be like, hey, you'll fix this. This is broken, please fix. Insults do bother. Do you know what the fun thing is, Jim Bob? The insults do bother me. To an extent, I just don't really... I tend to get my revenge by trolling people. They bother me to the point where I start trolling them, and that's my way of getting revenge. It's the point of reviewing mods. People are lazy, Yanis, and they don't want to spend 5 minutes looking at a mod when they can watch a 10-minute mod review for some reason. I don't understand it either, but that's the way it works. Hey, Danny boy, by the way. But yeah, people don't want to download mods and try and test them themselves. They need somebody else to do it for them, because they need to be, you know, hand-fed everything. But I don't watch mod reviews. If I download a mod, it's because either somebody's recommended it to me, or because I think it'll be pretty cool, and sometimes I don't like them, and that's fine. But, you know, if a mod comes out and it looks interesting to me, I'll probably download it, because it looks interesting to me. And if I don't like it after I've tried it, then I'll probably still play with it for a bit to see if my first impression was just bad, or if it's just a mod that I don't like. I'm not the kind of person that watches mod reviews, because I don't see the point. Insults bother you when you try not to show it. You try not to show it. You do show it, you're bad for... Oh. That's why I don't tend to do videos anymore, because, like, at least in streams, I can troll. In videos, I tend to get really angry. Like, I sound a lot angrier through text than I do, if I'm talking, because I can put on a stupid voice or something, and doesn't tend to make people as angry as when I reply through text. Also, if I'm given too much time to think, I'll rip things to shreds a bit too much. But yeah, it's back to the original question. I don't do mod reviews because I don't like them. I don't like mod reviews. I know that I'd be good at them, and I would have a, like, there is in theory a method I could use that would be the most detailed mod reviews in Farm Sim. But I don't use it because I don't use it and I don't do the reviews because, number one, the method I have would be literally like an hour per review of me checking stuff, and then making the video would be another 20 minutes, and then making, you know, getting the video rendered and uploaded and all that would be another 40 minutes or so, so it'd be basically 3 hours for one review. Whereas for the mod contest, in 3 hours I can rattle off, you know, 10 reviews. So that's another part of the reason. You too much for people pleaser. I mean, I don't try to please people, generally. I just do my own thing. I used to be, but then I realized that people are stupid. A person is smart. People in general are stupid, so I just please myself now, and please as many people as I can. You know, you can't make all of the people happy all of the time, so I just aim to make some of the people happy some of the time. Yay, DLC reviews make sense to see if you want to spend money, but yeah, I'm kind of the same opinion, Yanis. Even then, like, I'll go off what people say as opposed to YouTubers because of the whole EA thing from a few years ago where they literally paid people to give good reviews, and I no longer trust YouTube reviews. Also, like, so YouTube reviews are unreliable because you don't know if somebody's got paid or not, if it's just a paid ad, because YouTubers are terrible at disclosing that. Anything in like IGN or whatever, that's unreliable because they usually get paid to do reviews, and there's a minimum score they have to give for a certain review because of the amount of money that was paid to them, so those reviews are garbage. Your reviews on Steam and Metacritic are garbage because if people are angry with a game or they just don't like it for no good reason, they'll give it 1 star or thumbs down and say it's garbage because the devs didn't put in this very specific thing that's impossible to put into a game like this. And, you know, they're untrustworthy. So, like, I tend to go off what people actually say about games more than reviews. Because reviews are all biased in 2020. You have to go off what people actually say and try and weigh up the pros and cons and see what you think the more general opinion is. Reddit sometimes helpful. Reddit has the same problem as Metacritic and Steam reviews, where if people are angry, they'll just dump on the game forever. And they have the added problem. Steam does have this problem to an extent as well, but if it's a developer-run subreddit, the developer can just get rid of anything that's negative. They can just ban negative accounts. So there could be a subreddit where everything's positive because the developers curated it that way. I'll usually check Twitter, to be honest. Because, sure, there'll be people who just dump on the game because they don't like it, but in between you can kind of see some opinions there. Sometimes they're objective, and you know, everybody's raving about a game, odds are it's pretty good. If everybody's dumping on it, then odds are it's probably not. I still have a field to windrow. What am I doing? Views, I don't know if it's a like mod or just someone not letting the mod get anywhere. That's another thing, Steve, is like sometimes people are friends with modders and they can't give an unbiased review. Like, I wouldn't review, we'll say, one of Oxy's maps, or even one of Lancy's maps, or even one of your maps, or anything that, for argument's sake, Landy or Sim would make, because I'd be biased. I'd want them to do well, so I'd be saying, yes, these are really good, because I want the person to do well, and that's not a good reason. You look at any first look I've done of Oxy's maps, and almost all the time it's all positive stuff I say because I want the map to do well. And it's Oxy. Yeah, MadXJS is another one. I don't like reviewing anything he does because he's a nice guy. I want his mods to do well. Generally speaking, Giants, they're nice guys. I want their stuff to do well, but if there's something glaringly wrong, then yeah, I'm gonna find it out. I'm also gonna defend them from people who say if there's no dynamic terrain, the game is garbage, because those people are like, oh my god, broken records. I've seen modders say this recently. It's like, no! You can't demand these impossible things and say if the game doesn't have these impossible features, then it's going to be garbage, because I want these specific features for me. And then seeing people agreeing with them is like, okay, yeah, giants are gonna get crapped on no matter what they do, so giants should just do their own thing and put in orchard farming. I'll be sad if there's no orchard farming in the next farm sim, but at the same time I won't dump on the game if there's not. Where I'd get really annoyed is if there's no new gameplay in the next farm sim, if it's not very heavily gameplay focused updates. Because that's where giants need to be for the next farm sim. There's a lot of mods that I really don't like, Chad. Like there's entire classes, like production mods. Generally speaking, hate them. Well, it's forestry mods. I don't like forestry, so I don't generally like forestry mods. The stupid, huge cheating machines. 50-meter cultivators and 73 furrow plows. I can't stand them. Bob, I'm aware of this. I'm aware that FS21 wasn't coming. That's why I kind of caught myself when I said FS21 and said the next farm sim. But the next game does need to be very, very heavily gameplay focused, I think. For people to be even vaguely happy. There's always going to be people who complain that there's no dynamic terrain, but the way technology is right now, dynamic terrain isn't a realistic thing to expect a game to have. I know Mudrunner and SnowRunner have it, and Spin Tires, but there's a difference there in that Mudrunner, SnowRunner, and Spin Tires pretty much only do dynamic terrain. You don't have to consider that good until you get your third map. I mean, first maps are always the best ones to do reviews on, because you can tell immediately if somebody's clicked with mapping. Because like some first maps are really spectacular. Greenwich is an example of this. Is where somebody just immediately clicks with what works with maps. And you know, first maps always have the lowest standards. A mapmaker's first map and a modder's first mod have the lowest standards to keep, because if they're very open that, hey, this is my first map or my first mod, then people say, okay, let's see if there's any talent hidden in there, or any skills, or let's see how this person came in blind. And something like Greenwich, like a first map like that, somebody's gonna get a reputation real quick. Or something like Coldborough, the original Coldborough, which was Bob Bill's first map. He got a reputation real quick because Coldborough was amazing. How's that, Rick, with the update? I don't know! This is the old version, because I forgot to update it. So you can update and tell me. Chris will be the person to ask. He usually uses rigs like this and actually bothers keeping on top of mods. What time is it? 7 o'clock. I was going to update and then tell you, but it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to be finishing up in a sec. Wish Cobra was an FS19. So do I. Bullet Bill was originally intending on completely rebuilding it, so it's kind of it's the one thing that annoys me about the fact that he doesn't like 19. Like, I'm perfectly fine with him not liking the game. Everybody's entitled to have their opinions. The annoying thing for me is no call for because like a complete rebuild at a 1-to-1 scale would have been amazing. And it's the one negative. Like, he didn't put a Cobra into 19. I'm slightly upset with that. But I've still got a lot of respect for Bill. He's a guy who sticks to his guns. Hey, Will. That's the news on Sandy Bay. The news on Sandy Bay is Oxy's still working on it, as far as I'm aware. Oxy is going mental with Sandy Bay, Bob. Expect it to take another few weeks minimum before you hear much about it. Because he's flexing. He's showing what he can do. It's one of these maps where he's decided that the old version wasn't in any way good enough anymore. So now he's decided to flex and show what he can do. So it could get interesting. It was the first model map you used. It wasn't the first model map I used, but it was a map that I just came back to again and again and again. It was one of those maps that felt like home to me. Sandy Bay is a weird one because I never played the original Sandy Bay in 15, and people didn't like the version in 17 all that much for whatever reason they had. I didn't particularly care nor listen to them. But people seem very happy with the fact that Oxy's going back to the FS15 layout of the map, which I don't know. Or, like, main farm layout, which I genuinely don't know. Never played the map. I did, but briefly. No, I never played Sandy Bay. In fact, I played Shellington Extended once. But like Oxy maps weren't really a thing for me in 17. I was trying to, or in 15, I was actively, and it was an intentional choice, staying away from the hyper popular maps and going with like stuff that otherwise would have been under the radar. Part of me feels like part of me wants to do that again, but a part of me wants to continue on Oxy maps because Oxy is so good at making maps and they're always very pretty. Challengton is your old favorite map? Ooh, don't tell Landy that. He'll kill you. You'll get very offended. But I know I teased seeding today. Like, that still needs to be done. There is seeding needing to be done over there. We gotta get the corn in. But the silage is actually the main thing right now. That's like the priority for me because no silage means no mixed rations, which means all the cows die, which isn't very good. But that is gonna do it for today. I will be back on Sunday with multiplayer? Question mark? No, I'll be back Sunday with multiplayer, assuming the server doesn't die in the meantime, and I don't die in the meantime. And all goes well in between. It may be a bit disrupted, because, like, weird stuff and whatnot. Also, I might get, like, handed a McDonald's or something midway through the stream again. But the plan is I'll be back Sunday with some multiplayer, and I'll go for a couple hours then. And then Monday and possibly Tuesday will be our normal streams. There's going to be a bit of disruption next week, I think. If my sister's plans go through. as they currently are. But I don't know yet, and neither does she. But, yeah. Well, we'll take it one day at a time. Until next time, until Sunday, stay safe. And,
Do a barrel roll.
Goodbye.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.